Hey Virgos, welcome and welcome back to the Honey Sea Star Tarot. So this is going to be your weekend read from July 12th through the 14th. And it's kind of an interesting one, I will be very honest. There's a lot going on astrologically, so anticipate passion and definitely emotions. But before we get started, I just wanted to say thank you guys to each and every one of you for all of your likes, shares, subscribes, for listening, seriously, for all the love. I love you back. This channel would not be what it is without each and every one of you. And seriously, it fills my bucket up every time I see all of your comments, your feedback, and new subscribers. It just blows my mind. So thank you guys so much. So let's go ahead and get started here with the regular tarot. I shouldn't say the regular tarot, but the Vitakara. So coming into this weekend, on the 11th, we have a major point with Venus, which is the ruler of love, money, and beauty. And so it's going to be moving into our intuitive 12th house, which basically is the house of unconscious. And so it's a point where we're really focused coming into this weekend on relationships, and they'll really hold a sacred significance to you. But now is the time, more so than anything, especially with that focus, to really trust your gut in your relationships. And so this is an opportunity of really looking at which partners, what partners you choose, what relationships you grow, what, encompasses those relationships, like how you make necessary compromise, how you deal with difficult expectations or expectations for each other, how you come to the table for each other, and stand in a relationship together. But so this is a weekend where really relationships will be starting to kind of come to the forefront of your focus in a lot of ways, with Venus's placement here in our 12th house, of really, kind of, how to put it, it's kind of like an opportunity to really take heed and to really understand, who's for you and who's maybe not aligned with the same path as you, and what you're wanting in relationships. But to start things out with the tarot, basically with the Six of Wands in reverse, this is a temporary success, or a minor hiccup, if you will. But there could be delayed or bad news coming in this weekend. And like I say, this weekend astrologically is going to be very emotional, potentially very passionate as well. And we'll go into that. But either way, this is a time where you've got strong, untapped potential. And that really is that point of listening to your gut. Your intuition will really be heightened during this time. And so you'll absolutely be able to kind of see people for who they are, and exactly for their intentions in a lot of ways. And with the Two of Cups, this is a beautiful energy. There is a lot of harmony in your relationships. Like I say, there's a lot of focus on, the relationships that you attract, the relationships that you keep, the relationships that you nurture. And on the 12th, the moon, which is in Libra, is also going to be trine with Jupiter, which is in Gemini right now. So this is a point where basically you're attractive, you're optimistic, you're also shining in your creativity and your artistic nature. But ultimately, you're absolutely putting out positive vibes. You'll have a lot of help, I guess, astrologically, if you will, with really attracting and shining a light that is very, very bright. And so, like I say, just remind, kind of like a moth to a flame, keep in mind that not all light attracts good things. There's positives and negatives, right? But with the Page of Swords, basically what Spirit is saying here is now is the time really where you are quick-witted. You've got that ambition behind you. You also have, basically the gift of the gab. You're outspoken, you're talkative with your communication. There's a lot of Geminian energy in here, as well as there's a lot of Cancer. So, like I say, a lot of passion, but you're also finding that throat chakra. You're basically aligned where you're speaking your piece at this point. And with the Two of Pentacles, basically this, at this point, I also see coming into this weekend that you're working on balancing, you're prioritizing. And like I say, with a focus on relationships, you're really focusing on harmonizing those relationships, prioritizing them, the ones that are really truly holding the values and are aligned with you, are really kind of shining through. And you're kind of looking at that. You're juggling out basically what's going on. And this is a point here after basically a point of illness. You could be you could be coming out of a reclusive period where you've been rather isolated. You could have also endured a bit of a hiccup, if you will, or some conflict that has come through, or past deceptions in a lot of ways where it's caused you to basically withdraw. But either way, you're in this recovery period. And like I say, you're kind of looking at like who's really coming to the table, and you're seeing people for who they are. You're seeing situations for what they are as well. And so it's very, very wonderful because you're basically balancing the head and the heart in your relationships. And for the ones that really do come to the table, for the ones that, really do stand strong in your heart and in who you hold and who you truly value, those are the relationships that are really starting to shine through for you at this time. Now, I do want to forewarn you, we're coming in on the 13th to a half moon in Libra. And so this also tends to be with this half moon, especially with the scales, where it can lead to difficulties, it can lead to discomfort. Also, too, we've got the moon sextile with Mercury, which is currently in Leo. And so it's all about communication. It's all about public relations. And so that's where I say this is the weekend where a lot of those relationships where people maybe aren't aligned with you will be kind of coming into the, coming into the picture here. But more importantly, it'll be obvious. It'll be very clear to you in seeing your relationships, or those who come to the table for you and those who don't at this time. And so it's a pretty pinnacle point, I guess is how I would put it. Now with the Queen of Pentacles, right now, excuse my frogginess here, I apologize. It's a high pollen outside today. But either way, right now, while this is all going on, you are actually standing, like Virgos do best, in a point where you are all about the business. You're generating prosperity and you're working at this point. You're working very hard and you've got that resourceful go-getter attitude as well as ambition and energy during this time. And so, like I say, using that sextile between the moon and Mercury during this time is going to be huge for you, especially with that Geminian energy too with Jupiter. Because it's all about a time of networking. And like I say, this is about basically really looking at the relationships that you hold, that you build, how you're coming to the table together. But more importantly also too, networking in those aspects of public relations, coming in through, through the community, with the community, and really not only building that tribe with close relationships, but also that public outreach. Whether it be community gardens or any type of volunteer activity. And so I would strongly recommend now is an opportunity to lend that energy to you if that's what you're manifesting during this time. And if you are, no pressure. Share your story if you feel comfortable. That we can help support you and lift you up as well, because that's amazing what you're doing. But either way here too, with the Three of Pentacles, like I say, through that public relation work, through that networking, you're really starting to be seen. And like I say, you're all about the Benjamins right now. But basically you're being recognized for your work, but also for your meaningful work, how you're touching people. And so this is starting to, if things have been stagnant financially for you, or if you've been struggling in that way, now is a time where you'll really start to see those monetary rewards start to materialize. And this is also about collaboration. This is also about teamwork. There's communication involved with creativity, but there's also a lot of that collaboration. It's basically that's that group effort. And so coming together, how you network, how you're building those relationships, what types of relationships you're investing in is really going to be shining through here this weekend. Now, I do also want to say on the 14th, the moon's going to be moving into Scorpio. So this is a time where it's really, it's wonderful to take advantage of being able to tackle big hurdles, basically. It's easier to deal with big changes. There's a lot of passion behind you. But like I say, especially with weeding out relationships where you're kind of really feeling that you're no longer aligned, or you guys have kind of grown apart, or people that you thought would be there really aren't there, or, and vice versa, that you're not coming to the table, or where you're falling down too in your relationships too, or where there's distance between people. Basically, Scorpio the moon in Scorpio is a really wonderful time in the way of being able to really tackle those difficult decisions, but also to see things for what they are. Tackle those big changes too. And so if anyone is making big purchases, big decisions, especially in their path to go, especially with all this focus on finances here at this point, the Scorpion moon is really going to be helping you with giving you that strength in being able to make those crucial decisions and those crucial practical plans. Now, with the Five of Swords, what I do see here is that basically, you have suffered a loss here in the recent past, or have looked at possibly encountering a betrayal or a frustration, or seeing that there's unfair advantages or misrepresentations coming through. But as you can see, your sword is still up, basically. So there, it's absolutely put you in a point of the Three of Swords. It's also, kind of put a lot of restriction on you here as well. There's two pieces here of selfishness too. And so, selfishness isn't bad. Selfishness is, I kind of look at in the way there, that all things basically require balance. But when it comes to selfishness, if you're on an airplane, for instance, I always use that example, but it's important to be able to save yourself so that you can save others. So taking that time to really look at what's best for you, what's causing distrust, what's causing that pessimism, or are you dealing with any type of addictions or vices or temptations? Especially with the Three of Swords here too. What I see in a lot of this is that you're dealing with, I hate to say haters, but you're dealing with something more than that. You're dealing with people that basically have misrepresented you or disappointed you. There's been quarrels. There's been a storm of emotion. And this is a point where basically you are taking a look at that. You're seeing it for what it is in those relationships, but you're also releasing those. You're releasing what's not working, what's maybe not supporting you during this time, what you're not willing to support either during this time, where your views are just not aligned. And instead, again, you're focusing on your Eight of Pentacles. You are working, and more importantly, you're not letting this divert your focus. You have a talent in your craft and in your mastery. You're perfecting it. And through all the avenues of education and hard work, that's really where you're at this point now. You are just basically focused on the bag. And so, like I say, utilize that, especially with the Scorpion moon, because what I feel in this in a lot of ways is, if you were looking at past financial business partners, where you thought something was really going to work out, it didn't. You absolutely had a lot of basically betrayal involved with it, possibly even humiliation, but absolutely frustration. And it's been basically through that, it was kind of a temptation to steer you down the wrong path, or steer you down a different path that wasn't meant for you. And instead, with you focusing on what you're building, with focusing on building that public relation and those networks, you're kind of choosing, it's basically where, the universe is pointing you in the right direction, but on the right path towards where you want to truly go. And at the bottom of the deck here, you've got the Magician. Basically, Spirit wants to remind you that this is indeed constructive. This absolutely is about self-mastery as well as creative power and taking the initiative, but now is the time where everything is ready. Let Spirit guide you, basically, is what I'm hearing. Let Spirit guide you, let your gut guide you, let your intuition guide you, and trust your intuition that you will be going forward on the right path through that public relation, through the networking of finding new tribes, but more importantly, letting go of this past defeat or past betrayal. I can talk. Now on the 14th, I do want to also say the moon is going to be square with Pluto. And so we've got the Scorpion moon, passion, and then we also have Pluto, which is going to be in Aquarius. So it's going to, as I like to put it, you know, with all air signs, especially when it comes to Pluto, you know, there's a lot of hot air there. But, you know, too, the moon is also going to be square with Venus during this time, which again, it's in Leo. And so there's a lot of fire to that. Fire and air has a lot of potential to grow, especially with that passion behind it with the Scorpion moon. So just be prepared that, you know, through this weekend, you'll really be, like I say, you'll really be focused on the sacred energies of relationships that truly are you're wanting to commit to, that you're wanting to build. And with these two squares between Pluto and Venus, it can, and then also the Scorpion moon, it can make you argumentative, it can make you emotional, passionate, aggressive. So just be forewarned that if anything, this is going to be tempting to kind of put you out of character. You're focused again on your new beginning with that Ace of Wands. You're focusing on building the right relationships that work for you. Focused on your career development. And this is a new avenue for that. And like I say, this is going to be a triumph for you. This is beautiful. And more importantly, there is a celebration here coming in the wing for you. And there's prosperity and absolutely familial bliss, stability, peace, harmony, balance. And I do see a lot of Aries energy coming through. I also see another Cancer as well as a fellow Virgo. Oh, and there's that Leo. But either way, what I see is the new tribe that you're trying to meet, that you will be coming into contact with this weekend, or even before this weekend here as we come into the weekend. And then also trusting that 12th house of unconscious, trusting that gut, holding relationships sacred, or holding them in a sacred significance for you. That's really truly what's coming on the table. You're kind of leaving what doesn't work, letting that go, letting those pains go, but more importantly, focusing really truly on what you want. And what all of this has done is it's just basically, again, the universe has helped guide you. You're kind of headed in the wrong direction of building the wrong relationships, or possibly in the wrong community even. Now is an opportunity where you're in a new community, and this new community, this new tribe that's coming in, these new public relations that you're working on, the gift, the gab this weekend is really going to put you in a point of contact to build strong relationships that'll set you up with a strong foundation where you really have that sacred energy and that sacred significance. And like I say, it's very much work focused or career focused. So if this resonates, by all means, please share your story below. I'm very curious to see what you guys are building, what you're working on. What I'm getting is it's got a lot to do with the community. So I'm curious as a cat, as I like to say, 7 lives down. Now, too, if you'd like to support the channel, by all means, please like, share, subscribe. It helps the channel grow, but more importantly, if this is resonating, it'll help the algorithm pick up pick up this message so we can spread it to more Virgos and help lift each other up. And so if you feel so inclined, by all means, please help support it. With gratitude, each and every one of you make a difference. So never underestimate the power of your voice as well as the power of your ear in YouTube's case. So thank you guys. Now let's get some additional messages here from the Herbal Witch Tarot. So Spirit, what additional messages do you have for this weekend? Okay, so we've got the Two of Wands, basically. So this is a new, and again, it's a new path is presenting itself. It's a new opportunity. There's absolutely a desire for change in your situation. And so you're kind of manifesting that new opportunity too in a lot of ways. But this is really, incredible. You've got the Two of Wands and then also the Ace of Pentacles, and so you've got a new path present itself. And it's a new beginning of prosperity and financial gain. So like I say, this is absolutely career driven. There will be something coming in this weekend for you that kind of opens a door. And as they say, as one door closes, a window opens. That's exactly what's happening this weekend. This is gorgeous. So don't lose hope. Keep that faith. More importantly, keep that faith in yourself and also the value of yourself, because what's coming in is truly meant for you. Now, with the Two of Coins too, you're finding a balance. I mean, this is about time management. You are going to be busy, but more importantly, you're prioritizing a harmony and finding a harmony through that prioritization. So, like I say, this is about relationships. This is about career. And you're absolutely juggling that flawlessly here this weekend. And then too, I mean, goodness gracious, this is just gorgeous. So with the Six of Coins, this is basically a universal balance in your favor. This is karmic rewards, and again, financial opportunity. But now is the time where you are here to receive this weekend. So make sure to remain open to this new opportunity. Do not let it pass you by. Do not let the past hold this or hold you back from taking this opportunity and experience, because what I see is it's going to be moving fast with the Chariot. Basically, now is the time, Spirit's saying, to focus your energy. Now is the time to utilize that willpower, because a change is coming and it's for you. It's meant for you. Now, with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, basically what Spirit has been saying is you've suffered, unfortunately, a period of bad luck or stagnation. You've even felt loss or you've felt misfortune or delays. With the High Priestess popping out right after that, Spirit wants to remind you, or just reassure you rather, that now is the time to use your discernment. Let your intuition guide you, especially in your relationships. Now is the time where you are enlightened, but or to hold that enlightenment and spiritual energy that's within you, especially for seeing the relationships that you attract, the relationships that you choose to build and carry and hold. And so basically with this, we're looking at that Spirit is saying you are indeed moving to a steadier place, calmer waters, if you will. Possibly even too, you could be moving physically. This is a completely new environment, and it's one that may be unfamiliar to you as well. But either way, it's bringing you to a place of stability. You are indeed overcoming hardship. And like I say, this is the weekend where basically one door closed, a window is opening, a new opportunity, a new pathway is coming in, a new tribe. So expect that good news to come through. And with the Hangman, basically what I see is in a lot of ways you've been feeling very trapped, especially with looking at those hardships. You may not see the way out or know what this, like I said, this may be coming from left field kind of thing, where you've been trying to build things and maybe getting more no's or more door closings. This may catch you by surprise, I guess is what I'm seeing energetically. You could be in a place where you're really feeling unhappy with the situation. You feel like you've sacrificed a lot. And more importantly, you've had the focus. Through all of that, you've held your focus. You've basically held your commitment to developing your new craft. And this is a new career this is a new career coming in. You're at a point of mastery after all of this. Spirit really wants to remind you, yes, and acknowledge, yes, you have basically experienced financial or spiritual hardship. And in a lot of ways, this was a learning opportunity. This was for growth in a lot of ways, but it could have been a lot of financial difficulties, is what I'm seeing. With the Queen of Pentacles, though, basically this has also taught you a lot on sensibility. More importantly, though, through all of this hardship, you have not lost your nurturing personality, like that nurturing piece of you. And so, like I say, Spirit is saying now is the time to trust. Keep what you're doing. Keep going. The only way that you lose is if you quit, basically. And so trust, now is the time to trust, because at this point, success is coming in. This new opportunity is going to help you with developing wealth. It is going to help you with developing security. And it's through very practical gains, basically. It's through every step No matter how small, no matter what distance the stride, it's every step that you've done along the way that's going to help this add up, that's going to help you get to that Queen of Pentacles and help you move past this. And so, like I say, I mean, this is gorgeous. Wow. And so, like I say, this hardship gave you the inner strength, helped you develop that inner strength to succeed. And so Spirit is saying, hey, you have that confidence now. You have the self-empowerment as well. You are protected and you've got the courage. You're taming the lion, both the fear of the inner beast, but also too the crowd that, or the community that you were experiencing that was really trying to, if you will, shake you loose, try and deceive you or take from you. Now is the time where you've tamed that. You've let it go. And more importantly, now is the time where, again, the Magician comes out, where you're utilizing the skills at your disposal right now. You are very resourceful. It's taught you how to be resourceful. And more importantly, you have direction. You know which way to go now. There's no question anymore. And so this is the weekend, like I say, where a new window will open, a new opportunity will present itself. But more importantly, due to your diligence, your aptitude, you're at a point of mastery. Everything is ready. And so this is an opportunity to absolutely take advantage of. And so, like I say, if you feel comfortable, share your story in the comments below, because I would love to hear what you guys are building and manifesting. I know it hasn't been easy. It definitely has been a ride, or a wild ride, but what I do see is that you will succeed and you will have help coming in. So I'm just taking a look at the Major Arcana here as well, because even as I talked here, I felt, this is all about the throat chakra, especially with that Geminian energy with Mercury here on the table astrologically this weekend. And so your throat chakra, if it has been blocked, and like I say, for me, it's like I've felt like there's something trying to hold me back from giving you this message. And so if you are struggling with any type of chakra balancing, predominantly for this weekend, if you've been feeling like you were silenced, like you couldn't quite communicate or network in the right ways, or have been struggling with that, this is the weekend to take advantage of some music therapy, help realign those chakras, help detoxify that energy, let it go and release it. And then also too, as a reminder, replenish, drink plenty of water. That way you can replenish those chakras, replenish that energy after you detoxify, so that when this new opportunity comes in, you can correctly represent yourself and correctly honor this opportunity here as well. But so what I've got here is we actually pulled two A's, the World and the Devil and the Magician. And so we've got two A's and an E. So the best way for any type of chakra realignment with music therapy is either with sound baths, or even, salt baths as well, but that's not sound. But either way, if you do music therapy, try some improv as well. And fiddle around with the chords of A and E. See what it does to help with just rebalancing and realigning. And like I say too, if it, let us know if you feel comfortable, share your success story. That way we can help lift other people up who, are just getting into improv or just getting into music, and help lift them up to try it as well. So I do also want to go ahead and pull some spirit animals, see what wisdom they have to guide us with this weekend, especially with recognizing the signs, our strengths, our weaknesses. Spirit, what additional messages do you have? Thank you. Oh my goodness. It was so funny, because as I said the weaknesses part, I'm like, I'm not feeling that there's a whole weakness. It's more of just getting up. After you've been kind of kicked a little bit, or getting back up in that indomitable energy. And so Spirit really wants to remind you, you pulled the eagle with mastery. You are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. And so, like I say, if anyone has been experiencing some self-doubt because of this, now is the time to really acknowledge and celebrate and recognize that you have been working hard every step of the way. And you are now at a point where you have mastered your skills. Now is the time to really teach to go out there and to really manifest. And so we also pulled, oh, this is wonderful. We pulled the white stag, the cougar, and also the tiger. Wow, there's a lot of fire in here. So, like I say, we've got the mastery, and then beyond that, we've got 2 assertiveness cards. So with the cougar being assertive, basically it says, in silence you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. And so like I say, Spirit's saying, you've got this. Now is the time to really believe in that, and believe in yourself, believe in the skills. The only way you lose is if you quit. Because like I say, as one door closes, or as several doors close, there will be a window opening this weekend. And with the tiger, I mean, these are both very fiery signs here. But basically with the tiger, it says, I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. And so remember, you are not alone through this at all. And you are being recognized for your meaningful work. Know what I meant? And then 2, as a reminder, Spirit wants you to know with the white stag that you are indeed protected. You are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. And so remember that. And remember, you are a master at it as well. So if this resonates, by all means, please like, share, subscribe. All of your support to the channel means the world, each and every one of you. And it wouldn't be what it is without each and every one of you. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for listening. Like I say, I hope this helps. Take care. If you feel so inclined as well, please share your story in the comments below. That way we can all help lift each other up, help celebrate our successes together, help support each other through this as well. So love and light. Take care. And I will see you in the next reading.